I read a post on Facebook by a friend of mine where she mentioned some words that stood out to me and hit home. And that is talking about how she goes through life being heartbroken. And the way that the world is, that is something that I actually think that we all should do that. We all should be heartbroken. We all should be, as the Afrikaans say, heart sore. Because of all the things that happen. And it's like we spend so much time and focus and energy on trying to not think about all the things that are wrong. We try and spend so much of ourselves just, how can I create the life that I want for me, for me, for me, for me, for me. It's all about me. And we forget all the other me's out there. Because it's not just the individual me. There's billions and billions and billions of me's. And with everyone being so self-involved, at least those of us who are of the human race and therefore are at the top of the food chain and are the ones who effectively can make the biggest change in the world, the ones who have made huge, huge impacts on every single living organism on this planet, we have that responsibility to be aware of exactly how our actions, how our choices affect the world around us and affect the people around us. Because it's not just as simple as poverty being solved by a different economic system. It's not as simple as not eating meat to save the animals. It's not as simple as stopping pollution. Because just like we're seeing in the green movement, change has to come from every single person who currently contributes to how things are, needs to change how they live in all the parts of their lives. The simple lack of awareness of everything that's involved in creating the world you see around you, not the planet, not nature, but the human world, the human system, the fact that we have these fancy gadgets that we can make videos with and communicate with each other, the fact that we eat the foods that we eat and can walk into a supermarket and just have aisles and aisles and aisles of choices and options packaged in bright, beautiful colors and different materials. The fact that slavery still exists. The fact that we can have the nice lives that some of us have and have access to all these things. If we were to practice awareness and take the initiative to find out exactly what it takes to build this world system, to build the products that we consume, and to manufacture everything that comes to us so beautifully packaged, we might be more empowered to be part of creating change, because this entire system is built around our ignorance. We're ignorant of the atrocities that take place in factory farming. We're ignorant of the atrocities that take place in third world countries where children are forced into slavery, essentially, where the pay is so small that people spend their entire lives impoverished and in debt and continually building more debt. Where the ocean is being used as a global rubbish bin, where Fukushima is this huge potential nuclear disaster that everyone's trying to not talk about. And there's all these things that we try to not talk about, but you know what? We really do need to start talking about it. We really do need to start being honest about what it takes to build this that we have, so that we can be honest about what we could do differently, what we could improve on, how we could be part of creating something differently, so that we could say that, no, now that I know how factory farming works, I do not agree with it. No, now that I know that this particular plant that I consume is part of massive deforestation activities in other countries in order to create agricultural land, then no, I don't want to be part of that. I would prefer to get the nutrients that I need in a more sustainable way, in a way that honors the other life that we share this planet with. That's just an example, obviously. So I think this is called consumer awareness, and I think that it's a good place to start, but at the end of the day it needs to go so much deeper than that, because this world that we live in is not only built on our actions, it's also built on who we are. So our thoughts and our experiences and how we interact with each other and how we value things, because that is essentially what drives this behavior. It's essentially what drives the ignorance that we've been relying on to remain in our blissful states and have the things that we want at our fingertips. It's what drives the greed that it takes to enslave someone else. It's what drives the lack of consideration, the cruelty, and all of the other not so pleasant, dark parts of humanity that it has taken to create the world the way that it is and keep it going like this for as long as it has. So that is why I keep saying over and over again, and Destiny has been saying over and over again, it's all about awareness, about get to know yourself, get to know who you are, get to know your thoughts, get to know the world around you, get to know how the system functions, so that you can be better empowered to be part of changing it. So practice that awareness. Ask the hard questions, not just about the economy, but about you, about why you are who you are. Okay, thanks for watching. You're going to see me next time.